Okay, we're going from an improper fraction to a mixed number now. Little bit different process. So let's just review some of the things that we know so far. So an improper fraction, that's going to be a fraction like, I don't know, 7 over 2, where the numerator is bigger than the denominator. And a mixed number, that's going to be like 3.5. And, well, if you're very clever, you might notice that these two are actually the same. 7/2 is the same thing as 3.5. So our job today, or at least in this video, is to take an improper fraction and figure out how to write the corresponding mixed number that's equivalent to it. So let's figure out what's going on behind the scenes, and then let's develop some techniques to do it all in our head. So yeah, well, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to think about what 7/2 looks like. Okay, so 7/2, well, I know that I'm going to have, well, at least two halves, right? So there's my 2/2. So here's 1/2 and 2/2. So there's 2/2. And, well, I need to keep going, right? Because I need to get up to 7/2. So this is another 2/2. So I'm going to have another 2/2. And, well, 2 plus 2, that's 4. We're not quite at 7 yet, so we need to keep going. So, okay, there's another 2/2. So I've got another 2/2. So 2, 4, 6/2, almost 1. I'm actually just 1 off. I only need 1 more half. So I'm going to do this. So there is my remaining 1/2. And if I were to add all of these together, well, I know that, well, of course, this is going to be 7/2, but another way of doing it is to say, okay, let's just look at this one part. So this part that is the holes. So I've got one hole right here, 2 holes, and then 3 holes. So I actually just have 3 holes here. Now I don't even have to write it as a fraction, right? I can just think of that as one big hole, just not as a fraction at all. So that's a hole, that's a hole, that's a hole. So I've got 3 holes, and then I've got 1/2 left over. And that's where the 3.5 comes from. So let's try another example where we try to do it just with, algebra and, well, not algebra, but arithmetic, rather. We're going to do it with just arithmetic. So let's, come on, go away. There you are. Okay, let's try this one. So let's say that we wanted to let's do 10 over 3. Okay, so let's see if we can do 10 over 3. So again, I'm going to cheat a little bit by just drawing some very quick pictures, but we're going to try to work our way around that. So 10/3. Okay, so I want to write that as a mixed number. So I want to know how many whole numbers this 10/3 makes. So I know that my first set of 10/3 is going to look like this. I'm going to have, oops, come on, keeps going to an eraser. I'm going to have 3/3 there. Okay, I can fit in more, so that's going to be 3 plus 3 is 6. I've got another 3 in that 10, and, oh, I think I can fit in one more. So 3, 3, and 3, that's 9, which leaves just this 1/3 left. So why don't I fill these in? So there's a hole, there's another hole, and there is 1/3, right? Because I've got 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 1. That is equal to 10. So this 3/3, all of these 3/3, and this 1/3 make up 10/3. Okay, so I should be adding these. Okay, well, as you can see, I've got 3 holes here, right? There's my 3. I've got 3 holes and 1/3 left over. A lot of 3s there. I'm sorry if that's confusing, but that's how we do it. So we basically, all we did was we asked how many 3s go into that 10. And, well, we say, okay, well, there's that first 3, right? I've got this 3. I've got another 3. I can fit 3 more, and I can even fit in another 3/3 into there. And then there's a little bit left over. But the important thing is to start off with, okay, so 3/3 go into 10/3 3 times. Or in other words, 3 goes into 10 3 times. Okay? And when we do that, there's 1 left over. So this is a division and a remainder question. I'm asking how many times does 3 go into 10 and what's left over? Well, 3 goes into 10 3 times. There's 1 left over. So let's do another example and see if we can do it without any pictures. So let's try, let's do, I know, how about 7, let's do 7 over 3. Okay, let's do 7 over 3. So I want to say, how many times does 3 go into 7? Well, let's just count up. So let's go 3, 6, 9. No, so 9 is too high. So 3 goes into 7 2 times. 2 times. And do you remember the number that I said? That the biggest multiple of 3 that was less than 7. So that was 3, 6. That's 6. 6 is the largest multiple of 3 that's less than 7. And 6 is 1 less than 7. So 3 goes into 7 twice, and it has 1 left over. And there you go. And that's all there is to it. So we ask yourself, how many times does 3 go into 7? Goes in twice, and there's 1 left over. Okay, I hope that helped, and good luck.